Hello, my name is Dad, and this is Charlie. And Charlie is 5 months old today. 5 months old, and she's humongous. Look, oh my God, she's so big, and she's wonderful, and she's happy, and she's giggly. And I'm sorry, but I missed the 4 month one. But my excuse is that she had a lot going on in her life at 4 months. Let me see if I can remember everything. On her actual 4 month birthday, we had her 100 day, and her 100 day was a pretty good event. We had about 60 people there, and it was a blast. But she was just getting over a couple things. She was getting over, no, it was about before she was about to go for her vaccinations. So that Wednesday she went for her vaccinations, and of course she had her vaccinations and then got sick, and then she was sick for about a week and a half, and then Becca got sick on top of that. So they were both sick at the same time, and it was the whole thing about the same time, same as she got sick last time. We had the nose Frida going, we had Salinex going, she had a temperature. This time she was coughing so much that we had to take her to a walk-in clinic, and she got prescribed a puffer, so she had one of those aero chambers and a puffer. And all through that she was still going through sleep regression, which I think I talked about, maybe not in the vlog, but I did talk about it in my last, in a couple of the postings that I've done. So sleep regression was something that really caught us for quite a loop. But apparently sleep regression happens a whole bunch of times. So 4 months is the worst, famous last words. But there's also one at 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, 18 months, and 2 years. So it's going to be great. One funny thing that we're doing is, and I looked back at it the other day, we're following along with this app called the Wonder Weeks. I don't know if you've ever tried it, but I highly recommend it. It's good for newborns, but it really doesn't kick in until I think about 8 weeks in. But the idea is that it highlights these different events that your baby goes through, and those events and leaps define some of the learning that he or she does. So we notice with Charlie that she follows pretty much week by week, if not close to day by day, and it highlights even exactly when they're going to be really perfecting a few of those different skills that they figure out. And when they do that, they are fussy as hell, and it is something to try to really deal with. She happens to be getting into a fussy window right now after the whole sleep regression thing. The sleep regression was something that we never expected. It was crazy, and I think we made the mistake of reading too many different opinions and perspectives on what to do to try to get your baby sleep trained. And I think at the end of the day, sticking to one and committing to it and seeing it through was the best thing that we did. One of the first things that we did was to watch her and try to get her cues, because she ended up telling us exactly what it is that she needed. So Charlie told us that, she could go for longer stretches without naps. She could sleep really long stretches at night if you put her to get bed at a reasonable time, and really worked on the ramp down and got her nice and calm. And TV is good at times to keep her attention, but at the same time it overstimulates her to the point where she just can't focus on anything other than being overexcited and wanting more. So we learned a few things care of that. Personally, we followed by the Harvey Karp stuff. We have this Happiest Babies Guide to Great Sleep, which has been really good. It's funny, we first thought that it wasn't working, and then we realized that once we actually figured her out, we were actually following along with the book. The book highlights something that I think is really crucial, and it's about finding out what your child's demeanor is, what their temperament is. And we've been able to figure out that Charlie is spirited, and because she's spirited, it means that we had to treat her bedtime routines a certain way. She was one who was very, very excited and needed to be given a dose of a little bit of cry it out, which was extremely tough to do. But, for a couple nights of sacrifice, it worked out really well. And you'll know stuff is working, but you have to commit a couple weeks to it, is what we've really found. The last thing that really happened over the course of the last month is that I went back to work. So Charlie's got a new routine as well, where I get to see her first thing in the morning when she wakes up, and then I get to see her now before she gets ready for bed. And Becca's holding down the fort while I'm at work, and it's difficult, but I'm really super thrilled to have somebody like Becca who's putting in such an amazing amount of effort and dedication and is being a phenomenal mom. And Charlie, as you can see, is turning out to be a wonderful little human being thanks to the efforts put in by Mom. And we really love our weekends. And just yesterday, we got a chance to go to our very first auto show. It's my commitment to Charlie that we're going to go to the auto show every single year. It's pretty much broken down into 3 floors. And so for the first floor, Charlie was awake, and we walked around, and I carried her, and she loved it, and she test drove an Acura. It was a lot of fun. The second floor, she was back in the stroller. We walked around, and then by the third floor, she was sleeping, but that's totally okay. She had a really good time, and we had a good time too. It's so cold out that we're just trying to find things to do to keep ourselves busy and get out of the house. So on the weekends, when I'm home and we can take the car and go to different home shows and auto shows and things like that, it really helps to get out and give her new material to dream about and to think about and to learn about, new sights and sounds. But she's wonderful. And what I've really loved about this last month is that aside from us taking the time to figure out her temperament, she's given us an opportunity to get a sense of her character. And she is a riot. She is such a little joy. I may not have posted a 4-month vlog, but I did post a video of her cracking up and me cracking up with her. And I love it. It's my favorite thing ever. And she's such a sweet pea. She's such a happy little camper. Hello, Charlie bear. Yeah. She's great. Anyway, keep on following the blog. Lots more information to come as I keep figuring things out, and lots more stories to tell, and information to share. And I can't wait to keep on watching this little muffin grow and become even more of a little Goldberg and show us everything that she's all about. So take care. See you guys soon.